What's going on, guys? This is Resurrected Mod. Today's video is going to be kind of lengthy, but before we jump into that, I just wanted to let you guys know I still have no intention of quitting raid or content creation. Like I said in pretty much most of my videos, I am a full-time superintendent, which means I'm working a lot of hours, so I don't always have time to make these videos. But today I've got time, and I felt like this was an important enough video to make. So yeah, let's jump into it. Alright guys, today we're going to be going over Emic. I'm just going to go over my build that I have for him real quick. First off, amazing champion, amazing. And I have found a home, or rather two homes for him that serve a very important purpose on my account. For one, I can do Iron Twins 15 in about 50 seconds to a minute and 20 seconds, depending on RNG, which greatly improved my time. It was like 3 minutes and something a run. And then he allows me to do Shogun 25 in a minute and 46 seconds, 47 seconds. But yeah, so let's go over his build real quick. You have to build him tanky. I don't know that 89,000 HP is required, but you definitely want to build him tanky with a decent amount of defense. The most important thing is the 271 speed. It's got to be 271. And then just build him with as much HP and defense as possible. Again, I don't have access to a test server, so I can't really just keep dropping his defense and keep dropping his HP until I find the limit. But I can show you guys what the way I have him built, and it works 100% of the time for me. Iron Twins is a little bit different, and I'll go over that once we get to that. But yeah, that's his build for both Iron Twins and Shogun. Um, I guess the first thing I'm going to show is Shogun. So let's come down here and let's look at the rest of my team. Penkeeper number 3. So you need a Penkeeper running at 250 speed. And again, you want your Penkeeper pretty tanky as well. You don't need an incredible amount of defense. All it's for is it'll be easier to explain once the run starts, and I can show you guys exactly where. But basically, the boss can sometimes think somebody looks like a target, and they will go after them instead of Gnarlhorn, and it will attack. It will cause a turn meter boost that is not needed, and then your run will fail. So you have to build your whole team kind of tanky. I've been told 50,000 HP is a minimum, and then like 2,500 defense. And then as long as you meet the speed, that's all that matters. So I've got well over 50 and 2,500 defense, and that's my Painkeeper. And then let's go to Cold Heart number 1. You're going to need a enfeeble debuff target, which is Gnarlhorn. So you have to build Gnarlhorn with the most amount of crit damage. Um, with 237 crit damage, I'm pretty sure I'm reaching the crit cap. If not, I'm very close to it. And what I mean by that is anything past 237 crit damage or somewhere around there, you're not going to hit for any harder. You're hitting the 10% cap that you can hit. So that's around 237, maybe more, maybe less. Again, I don't have access to a test server, so I can't tell you exactly what the limit is. But obviously 70% crit rate with the amazing 83 on Cold Heart, which has 30% built-in crit rate. And then again, 2,500 defense and 50,000 HP. And 223 speed on your fast Cold Heart. And then on your slow Cold Heart, you need 180 speed, 70 crit rate. Again, as long as your crit damage is less than your enfeeble target, that's all that matters. I don't have 50,000 HP, but this is not failed yet, and I've run it probably about 100 plus times. So it's doing successful with just 49,000 HP. Again, you just want to make them tanky so the boss doesn't target them. And then let's go to Gnarlhorn, which he is right here. Gnarlhorn, you need at 173 speed. Again, the most crit damage on the team. And you definitely want him tanky because that first hit on Shogun 25 can hit pretty hard. So you want to make sure he's not going to die on that first hit. And then after that, he's unkillable the entire run. Don't have to worry about it. So that's how I have Gnarlhorn built. Masteries, I don't have. Doesn't really matter. Now, one of the key factors to this team is obviously having awakened champions. Thankfully, I got 2 fully awakened Cold Hearts, which allows me to do this 100% of the time with no problem. Cold Hearts, you don't need accuracy. You're not decreasing turn meter. It doesn't matter. So you're just building crit damage and survivability and, of course, the correct speed. And that's all you need for there. And then Emic, again, I don't have masteries for Emic. Books, you only need this and this book. His A1 does not matter. I was just unfortunate that his A1 booked first, and then I had to book the other one. And this doesn't really matter either. So I was able to book him before I ascended him to 3-star. So I left him at 2-star, booked him, so I didn't have the potential of wasting another 2 legendary books. So that's that. So let's go into Shogun, and I will show you guys a run. It's full auto, and I'll show you the team setup as well. Gnarlhorn, he's unkillable 100% of the time. Turn that off, you're good. Emic, you do 1, 2, you're good. Penkeeper, 1, and turn that off. And then Cold Hearts, obviously you want them nuking as much as possible. So let's get into the run. And after we do this run, I will then show you guys that this team works on stage as low as stage 14, maybe even lower. But I just tested stage 14, and but you have to manual it, and I'll show you guys how to manual it. It's super easy. You just have to pay attention to the skills that you're using. So let's hit start and let's watch this run. And I will explain to you why you have to make your Cold Hearts and everybody else tanky. So right here, you see that hit? That takes everything off. He's going to throw Unkillable back on. He's going to do that. He's still got taunt. So after this move right here, you see how he hit him and then hit him, and he got a 2 turn meter boost. After this move right here, he's only going to target him and get 1 turn meter boost. But if you don't make your Cold Hearts tanky enough, he will go after them or even Painkeeper, and he will get that double turn meter boost, which will then throw off the speed, and then your run will fail. So let's run it. And it's not going to be 1 minute and 46 seconds because I stopped the run to show you guys and talk about why you need to build them tanky. And as you can see here, you're unkillable 100% of the time. And as long as your boss is not targeting somebody else, like right here, you're good. He's only getting that 1 turn meter boost. And as long as that happens, you're good. Again, I don't have access to a test server, so I don't really have all the resources in the world to just try random teams. But I would like to know from you guys if you're able to do this without fully awakened champions. I've got 2 6-star awakened Cold Hearts. Maybe you could do with only one of them, because you're never really increasing the shade counter very much. Even when Gnarlhorn does hit the boss, it doesn't increase it very much. So right here, let's see. When he hits, it takes it up. Okay, so it didn't even take it up. So I think you could do with just 1, but I don't know. I don't have access to the test server. That would be awesome if I did. Like I said, my end goal is to get access I would love to be able to show you guys the bare minimum of these teams to be able to accomplish this stuff. I just don't have the resources to do that on my own terms. So that's that. Now let's go to stage 14. Like I said, I just tried it. You're gonna have to take it off auto, and I'll show you why. So as you could see from the other run, he does his unkillable here. You do your cooldown here. Boom, boom, and then honestly, you can let that do auto right there. I have enough resistance, so it doesn't even matter. And I'm going to do this, and then auto from here. And then where you have to be careful is your Emic, if you build him with 271 speed for stage 25, he is running too fast. So you'll see right here, his next move is this one, which is where he does the enfeeble buff, or debuff, I should say. So if you run it full auto, he's going to do his taunt. And then that's going to give him the enfeeble debuff, and which means you will fail. So we're going to A1 here and let him put the enfeeble on here. And then you don't want to use a cooldown because he didn't use his skill. So we're going to go A1, A1, A3. Obviously we have that. And then we're going to do the taunt because we want him to target so he doesn't spread the enfeeble. And then we can do auto. And then auto. And then auto. And then this next skill is where we want to be careful and not use Emic's unkillable. Okay, so he just did the enfeeble right there, which is that move. So we're actually good to run it auto. You just have to pay attention to when the enfeebled debuff goes on, obviously, for apparent reasons. Hit here, A1, A1, auto, enfeeble. Does he have it? He does have it, so we can run auto. Almost. All right, there you go. 2 minutes and 48 seconds. It's semi-auto, and that works as low as stage 14. Let's go to stage 18. Let's just go up a couple more, just to show you guys. He does that hit. We can do auto from here. So I probably shouldn't have autoed because now he's not unkillable. But I think at stage 18, I'm still going to survive. So we'll be okay for this first hit. But we'll definitely need to pay attention to this next hit. A1. A1. Okay. Let's see here. So we are not going to be, that enfeeble is not up yet. So we're going to A1. Okay. And then we are going to A1. A1. Let's get this back on target. Let's do that. And then that. And there. Like I said, you just have to pay attention to this. Everything else should be pretty simple. Let's go there. A1. All right, we got that. A1. A3. Taunt. because he just used that enfeeble. Let's see. This might be a little worrisome because we don't have unkillable. So hopefully we don't die right here. Let's see. Think we can tank that. Yeah, we can tank that. And we're gonna go A1. We're gonna go unkillable. A1. And feeble. That was good. A1. Taunt. And I'm a little bit worried because I don't know that I'm going to be able to tank this one now that he's so low on HP, but we shall see. Okay, we are in the clear. Ooh, maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think this was a successful run. So I will end this and let me redo that. I put the thing out of whack when I ran it full auto. So let's try that again. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna go here on, and instead of unkillable, we're gonna A1, and then we are going to A2. It might not work on this stage. We shall see. We shall see. So I have to have unkillable for the next hit. A1. And we didn't use that, so I'm gonna save it. I think we fix our rotation now. Let's see. Let's do that. I don't know. Let's see. Do that. That. Yeah, I don't think I fixed the rotation. Alright. Well, I might just have to cut this part of the video out. Let's see. I was able to fix the rotation. Let's get this in. One. I mean, it's not truly fixed, but the shield's tanky enough. And there we go. So 14, 18, 25. And I mean, you can see You just kind of have to play around with it, but that works all the way up from there. So now let's talk about Iron Twins. Let's go into my team first. Collect those. Let's see. So my Iron Twin team is Cold Heart number 3, which is a level 50, because you don't need that much. I wish I had just a tad bit more crit rate just to make it more consistent. But like I said, it's anywhere from 50 seconds to a minute and 20 seconds. So 237 speed, and I'll go over the speeds here in a second. You don't need any survivability stats. It's 100% unkillable. And then my PK number 2, let's see, we're running at 239 speed, and that's it. That's the only thing you care about is the speed. And then we need Geo number 2. You need speed and accuracy. 236 speed, 562 accuracy. Everything else does not matter. And then we need my main Painkeeper, which is on my unkillable team, which is right here. 242 speed. I got crit rate and crit damage. You don't necessarily need that. In fact, sometimes you might want to take that off. All you care about is your speed. And you have seen my Emic. So that is everybody on that team. Masteries. I got War Mastery, but really you don't. And I will explain that in the run. But yeah, nobody else is mastered. Not mastered. Not mastered. I don't even think my Geomancer is mastered. Which one is it? Geo number 2. Yeah, not mastered. So yeah, and you know my Emic is not mastered. So let's go into Iron Twins, and let's look at the team setup for this. And I will explain to you guys why I have them at the speeds that I have. Obviously, Emic 271 works both on Iron Twins 15 and Shogun. Geomancer 236 speed. All you need is above 220 speed on your DPS, I believe, and then above 230 speed on your Painkeepers. I've just got more speed for everybody. There is a calculator for this that helps you understand. But you want the Painkeepers to be faster than your DPS. And then you want your Cold Heart, if you're going to run the same team as me, you want your Cold Heart to be faster than your Geomancer. And I will explain why when the run goes. That way you can you guys can see kind of how it works. Emic 2, 1, starting with that just to make sure. 1, turn that off. Painkeeper 2, 1, 2, 1, and then Cold Heart. Obviously, we want doing the nuke as much as possible. So let's just go ahead and run 1. I won't run all 6 right now. So you're gonna do that, and then you're gonna come in here and see. This is why you don't want masteries, because you'll see after this hit, you have a chance of proccing that right there. That removed debuffs and attack. Right here, you're not technically unkillable. So if you were to accidentally proc that when you weren't unkillable, it could fail. And so that is why I have Cold Heart and Geomancer doing their big moves when they're 100% unkillable. So you go in here, you could nuke, and you don't have to worry about that counterattack. And the reason I have Geomancer going slower than Cold Heart is because if Cold Heart does her big nuke and procs that cleanse and counterattack, he's going to cleanse off Geomancer's HP burn. But at least this time, Geomancer can come in here and throw it up, and you're not losing too much time. So there you go. And it just goes on. Geomancer puts in most of the work. Obviously, Cold Heart helps. See, there you go. And then Geomancer is going to throw it right back up, and you don't really lose it. Before, I had Geomancer going faster, and RNG based, sometimes I would lose 40 seconds on a run just because he did that cleanse and counterattack, and then I would have to wait till Geomancer got back to his HP burn. So this is definitely a lot more consistent. And I know there's some teams that require Emic to have regions set. As long as Emic is built as tanky as mine, again, I can't tell you what the bare minimum is, but as long as he is as tanky as mine, you don't have to worry about that one shot where he ignores unkillable. You don't have to worry about him bleeding through the shield and killing him. So we'll watch it again, and this time I won't pause it, and I'll show you guys what I mean by the one shot. Once he gets down past 40% HP, I think he starts ignoring unkillable, and he'll target Emic specifically because he has taunt. Um, so we'll go over that once we get to that. Should be here in a couple of seconds. Cleanse. We're not worried about it. HP burn back up, and I think we're in the territory of him ignoring unkillable. So we'll see right here in a second. So right here, not that one, but this next hit is when he starts to ignore unkillable. You see how right there where it says ignore unkillable, didn't even bleed through his shield. So you don't need regen set. So you're good on that. We'll watch it one more time just because it's a fast run. As far as him bleeding through his shield and unkillable, like I said, mine, he's never done that. The only time that I've ever had this run fail is because this is my clan boss, Painkeeper, and sometimes with her War Master to procs that uh, cleanse and counterattack like she just did that previous round. And sometimes that can make the run fail. But other than that, I want to say this is probably like a 95, 97% success rate. I mean, it hardly ever fails. And again, it does it in 40 seconds, and I'm sorry, 50 seconds to as long as a minute and 20 seconds. It's 100% RNG based, but it's not 3 minutes like previous teams I have covered in the past. This is a completely speed farm Iron Twins team. And it's gonna end. Nope, it's not gonna end because Geomancer didn't land his HP bind. So that's when I get the minute and 20-second runs, just because RNG base. Right here, there you go. But as you can see, my fastest run is 43 seconds. And that's with this team, not another team. So with that, guys, I am going to conclude the video. And I forgot to mention this in my intro, but I want to give a shout out to Bronco Raid Shadow Legends. I will leave a link in the description to his channel. He covers Emic a lot more than I ever will. He has used Emic in Hydra teams, and in fact, this is where I got the idea, or the team, I should say, for the Emic Shogun team. I came across his video, so I want to give him a shout out. Credit is due. And as far as I know, he's the creator of that team. I could be very wrong on that, but he's the only one that I saw covering that team at that time. So, not everybody's crowds are the same, and maybe my crowd of people has not come across his video yet. So that's why I'm covering this team, especially Emic, because he is able to do 2 dungeons for me in a very timely manner. So that's awesome. And it's not a insane build. I'm not going to say you can do it with just any weak gear. Obviously, I've got 89,000 HP, 271 speed, 3,800 defense. I mean, I'm not going to say that's the best gear in the world. It's definitely not, but it's also not free to play, I would say. I mean, you're going to struggle to get this if you're early game. This is more catered towards the end game people. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you liked the video and it helped you guys progress in your Shogun or Iron Twin, or if at the very least just speed your runs up. So I will see you guys on the next one.